All right, can you guys hear me now? I think it's working now. Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me in the stream, in the chat? Let me know in the chat. All right. Max Waters. All right, cool, we're working. I had to unplug the mic and plug it back in. There's always some sort of shit happening during one of our live streams. But, yeah, so Undertaker retired. Crazy. We knew it was coming. But what else happened? WrestleMania. All right, so WrestleMania. I guess I'd say if I had to give it a score, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Had its ups, had its downs. So, but what do you guys? Let's see who's here in the chat. There's a lot of you in the chat right now. We got Sarah Smull, James Perry, Finn has risen 543, Alex and Dan 64, Jim Meyer, OBM8. What is going on, everybody here in the chat? Just for Fun Gaming, Colin Votk, Kevin Skoyan. What is going on, guys? I see a lot of you asking about Finn Balor. Yeah, no Finn Balor tonight. All right. We didn't get Finn. We didn't get Samoa Joe. Excuse me. So, but hey, we didn't get Finn. We didn't get Joe. But we got the Hardy Boys, that's for sure. Let's see. What else are you guys talking about? Who else is here in the live stream? Hardy's. Finn has risen 543 says Hardy's made me cry. Yanchi the Kid said, anybody else cry when Taker... Hold on. This chat is going crazy. When Taker left, I got a little teary-eyed. I'll admit it. Killa Nick said, John finally put a ring on it. All right. Let's see. OBM8 said, when I first got into wrestling, the Hardys were my favorite. That was about the same here, kinda. My favorite wrestler when I first started watching was Stone Cold Steve Austin, but my buddy that got me into wrestling was a huge Hardys fan, so the first thing I ever saw was a Hardys match. Where was else is here? Michael Houston, what's going on? Cynthia Cunningham, Sam the Man TV, what's up? Dark Ling, Alonzo Spencer, BLM4MJ. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Let me know what you guys thought of WrestleMania 33. Naman Gupta, you're asking when will it start? When will what start? You have to clarify. Just for Fun Gaming, Raw should be good tomorrow. Raw should be good tomorrow. We should be getting the return of Finn Balor. I've been saying all week they're going to keep Balor off of WrestleMania so that way they can have him come to Monday Night Raw after Mania and get the same kind of reactions Cesaro got last year when he returned. Let's see. CT Wolf says delete. All right, I'm going to botch your name here, but Chutiyapa Kibatane? What's up? Hope I said that right. Arthur Barza. Thoughts on Hardy Boys? Hey, we told you this morning that the WWE sent a private car to pick up the Hardys from their tailgate show. We knew they were coming. I mean, why else would WWE have one of their personal vehicles outside the Hardys show if they weren't there to pick up the Hardys? Max Waters, triple threat tomorrow. Joe, Finn, Nakamura. It'd be a good match, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Supreme Breebree 3345, what's going on? WrestleMania is awesome. It was a good show. Like I said, there's a lot of matches that were just whatever for me. But at the same time, there was some good stuff that took place. So I would give it a 7 out of 10, like I said earlier. But we're going to run down WrestleMania for you here soon. If you guys want to help out here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited, you can hit that super chat button in the description below. Is also a link to donate to us. But the super chat button right there in the chat, hit it. Give us a donate. We're trying to get enough money so we can get a new computer to get some cool new videos out on the channel. We're going to get a webcam as well so you can see me here on the live streams and do some other cool things with the camera. Got a lot of ideas. You just need some help. Also, if you would like to help us out, you can go to Pro Wrestling Unlimited's TeePublic store. I don't know if you saw our video we posted yesterday, as we do have 3 new t-shirts, but You don't have to get the new designs in just t-shirts. You can get them as stickers, cell phone covers, hoodies, pretty much anything you want. And right now the t-shirts are on sale, the 3 new ones for only $14. But enough selfless promotion. Let's talk WrestleMania. Sarah Smule says Nakamura is going to SmackDown. Sir K, the Hardys are on fucking Raw. What the fuck? Sam the Man TV says WrestleMania was sick. Gonzo Dabbin, Broken Matt versus Bray Wyatt. That would actually be a pretty good match if they were on the same brand. But, hey, the Hardys are the new Raw Tag Team Champions. I mean, as soon as they came out, I knew they were winning the titles. It was obvious they were going to win the titles, but let's see what else you guys talking about. Man, the chat is lit tonight. Isaac says, I wonder what's going to happen. What's Undertaker's retirement tomorrow night? I don't know if they're going to do something like that. I know what you're talking about. The same thing they did for Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels. They retired him at Mania. Then the next night on Raw, they brought him out to the ring and did a full, thank you, farewell. I get what you're saying, but The Undertaker's not just a normal person. He's the dead man. He's a character. And I feel, to be honest, I don't think they do something like that tomorrow. Maybe they'll do something, but I don't know. It's a very interesting thing to think. Let's see. Alonzo Spencer also says, I hope Taker gets a proper send-off on Raw. Gerver Singh Bahita, waiting for Raw and SmackDown for NXT call-ups. I want to see what they do at SmackDown this week, because they always make such a big deal about the Raw after WrestleMania. But now that SmackDown's live and we got the brand split, now we got the SmackDown after WrestleMania, and they got to do something big on that show as well to compare, I guess you could say, to what they may be doing tomorrow on Raw. Let's see, Devonsh Panwar. Every year WrestleMania is good, but Roman screws it in the end. I posted on Twitter, I sent out a tweet saying Roman is 2-1 over the last 3 years in WrestleMania main events. And if the plan doesn't change, Roman will be 3-1 after next year, as he is scheduled to take that Universal title from Roman Reigns in New Orleans. Sam the Man TV says, no Kelly Kelly. I told you guys. These women that they were bringing back, they're not going to wrestle. They had Eve Torres and Kelly Kelly at Access doing signings. We saw Candice Michelle, Molly Holly, Christy Hemme at the Hall of Fame, but they didn't wrestle. And I told you guys, all these people on here on YouTube and Twitter, they're bringing all these women back to wrestle. They're going to sign them. Kelly Kelly signed a 3-year deal. And I told you that's not true. I told you that wasn't going to happen. And I knew that Kelly Kelly wasn't coming back to wrestle. Victoria wasn't coming back to wrestle. Maria wasn't coming back to wrestle. Maria might, actually. They want to sign her husband, and there's talks of bringing her in with him. So Maria's one that could happen, but I knew it wasn't happening for Mania, especially after Tuesday when they said that the SmackDown women's match is just a 6-pack challenge. But let's see who else is here. Let's see. All right. Zero Gravity, what's going on? TJ Chavaria, what's going on? James Perry, Junior Gaming, Jose Soto. I don't even know how I should say this name. Let's just call you Black Tech. Black Tech says, Taker broke kayfabe. There's no kayfabe with Taker. Taker can do whatever he wants. He's the freaking Undertaker. All right. Apex Lunatic. Mike Rogers says, my favorite tag team growing up was the Road Warriors, the greatest tag team ever. It's a great tag team. Yes, I would agree. I don't know about greatest ever, but Matt, he says, the Hardys never leaked about going to WWE. They did a good job. Yes, Jeff actually, here's the thing. Jeff did a CBS interview saying that, oh, yeah, we may go to WWE, but it may be months before we go to WWE. And this was within the last 3 or 4 days. Then Rebby actually posted on Twitter that they had already gotten on a plane and flew back to North Carolina. They weren't even staying in Orlando for the rest of the night. And so a lot of people believed her on that. A lot of people thought, okay, Rebby's posting that they're gone. They're not coming to Mania, but they did. They had that private car take them. Nobody saw them come to the arena or stadium, which was really good, keeping them incognito. Let's see. I'm just going to call you Singh Badia. says, any news on NXT call-ups? Here's what I'm predicting. Nakamura, as he had, we didn't see it on TV, but they posted it on their YouTube channel. After the cameras cut out last night on NXT TakeOver, they let Nakamura do a big send-off. He walked up the ramp. He stood at the top of the ramp. He blew kisses, waved to everybody as they did the thank you Nakamura, which was kind of his send-off from NXT. He should be coming to the main roster either tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on what brand he's going to be on. Vince wants him on Raw. Triple H is pushing hard for SmackDown. And from last I heard, Triple H may get what he wants because Triple H really wanted Joe on SmackDown, and Vince vetoed that. So the feeling is that Triple H may get his way this time. We also may be getting Elias Sampson to the main roster, as he did lose a loser leaves NXT match, and he's not getting cut from the WWE. And then I think the tag team to come up would be the Revival. As far as women, though, I don't see any women, not even Asuka, coming to the main roster anytime soon. Mike Rogers says Nia Jax should have won. Nia Jax, we knew she was getting eliminated first. That was a given. Sam the Man TV, John Cena, yes, great Miss Cena. Finn has risen 543. Orton won, I wasn't too happy. That match was so horrible. I mean, it did what it had to do. It took the title off of Bray, which they shouldn't, and gave it to Randy Orton. I think Bray should have kept the championship. Right now, if you look at advertising for SmackDown post-Mania, house shows have triple threat matches with Randy, Bray, and AJ Styles, so that could be the next title feud on SmackDown. Let's see. What else are you guys saying? Rain Man Official says, I loved WrestleMania. Zero Gravity says, Bray Wyatt looked weak. Jim Mayer says, will we get Broken Matt and Brother Nero? That's unknown right now. They came out to the music they did because last I heard they didn't have the rights to the music they did in TNA, even though I think Rebby did write it. So they came out to the Hardy Boys theme, the old school Hardy Boys theme. But if you watched Matt in the match, he did everything Broken Matt Hardy would do. It's just the same stuff they did in ROH. Jeff was Jeff, but Matt was Broken Matt without saying Broken Matt. Michael Cole made a sort of reference to them being broken. So, all right, let's see what else you guys are saying. So, I think they can be broken. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. They didn't have to cut a promo or get announced as the broken guy. We'll know more tomorrow. They're the Raw Tag Team Champions. They're going to be on Raw. It's a given. Tomorrow's Raw is going to be a very must-see Raw. Not just because it's the Raw after Mania, but just what happened tonight and everything going on. And let's see. No Laura says, I will always respect The Undertaker. Just thank you, Taker, for everything you've done. Just for Fun Gaming says, really wish Hardys went to SmackDown so they could feud with the Wyatts or whatever's left of them. Well, I don't know what they're doing with the Wyatts. And they're not even the Wyatts if you're saying Harper and Rowan. Who knows what they're doing with that? Luke Harper was in the Battle Royal tonight. Eric Rowan is cleared but hasn't returned. Max Waters says, Battle Royal was weird and unexpected. Very unexpected. And I'm going to get to that because the odds makers actually shifted this afternoon to Sami Zayn. And then as soon as we saw Gronkowski, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This is going to Mojo? Really? Like, as soon as you saw Gronk standing there at ringside, I was like, this is going to Mojo. And then Ginger threw the cup at him. I was like, this is going to damn Mojo. Then Gronk got in the ring, and I was like, Mojo just won this match. Are you kidding me? So, I mean, they protected Braun, though. They protected Braun good as far as it took everybody to eliminate him. So, Randy Jr. says, I was actually surprised by the Taker Roman match. Jose Soto, who won against Roman Undertaker. Undertaker lost. Zero Gravity, Mojo won, big LOL. Yeah, now what are they going to do? Push Mojo? Doubt it. Let's see, what else are you guys saying in the chat here? Killin' Nick says, where was The Undertaker actually? Or where was The Rock? Sorry, we're still on a high here. Where was The Rock? I actually thought he was going to be there. The Rock's, last I heard, in L.A. He's doing promotional work for the new Fast and the Furious, and Yes, he wanted to be there. He had said in a recent interview that he loves showing up for WrestleMania, but he has other obligations and other commitments. So, Sonny Jordan says, I never liked Roman. Let's see. Rafael Rodriguez, what about the mistakes in the Undertaker versus Roman match? I think this match was the worst. The match was very slow. Roman botched a reversed tombstone. He actually botched it twice. 2 in a row. He tried to get Taker up, and I don't know what happened. It was like Taker dead weighted or something, so he kind of put him down gently. Tried to get him again, and he just couldn't get him. Taker was kicking, trying to get up. I don't know what happened, but they made it all right. The match wasn't horrible. Could have been a lot better. They could have done a lot more, and they stalled for time a lot in that match too. I haven't seen it though, but Jess N says, looks like Matt won't be broken based on their promos on the WWE YouTube. I'm going to have to check that out. Let me pull that up here on my phone. I'm going to see what you're talking about. All right. Let's see. WWE. Oh, crap. I clicked the wrong thing. I know, live radio trying to do things. All right. We're not even on the radio. We're on YouTube. Let's see. All that build up for Bray Wyatt was to lose against Orton. We knew he was going to lose against Orton. James Perry says, get the ladders. Ricky Bowler says, is Matt semi-broken? We're going to see. We'll see what Matt said in that YouTube video on WWE. Mike Rogers, Samoa Joe versus Lesnar next. That would be a good match. OBM8, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho had Canadian beef. Get it? Oh, Lord. Take Flight TV says, Raw just got better. Robert Cathy, what's going on? He says, is it me, or did Undertaker look 52 for real? Oh, he did. All right, let's see. The Hardy Boys. I see it here. If it'll load on my phone. So if Matt's not going to be broken, is he going to dye that streak out of his head? Ooh, let me turn that down. Is he going to dye that streak out of his head? I mean, if he's not broken, why do you need it? Am I wrong? Mike Rogers says Roman Reigns doesn't suck. I never said Roman sucked. I never thought Roman sucked. Roman Reigns, like, the people really don't even think Roman sucked. Hold on. I got the promo up now. Jeff's talking like he's normal. Jeff's talking about how he left in 2009 and they're grateful to be the champions. Matt and Jeff both said that they're happy to be home in the WWE. Yeah, Matt's sounding normal. Yeah. Matt seems normal. He said we procured the Raw Tag Team Championships, but that's the only sign of broken that he sounded. I don't know if they can use the obsolete song. Signature Kevin is asking. I don't know. Jeff sang it at their tailgate show earlier, but that was on Flow Slam. I don't know if they can use it on WWE. I don't know what they can and can't do. It's very touch and go right now what they can and can't do. But in that promo that they put up on the YouTube channel, the WWE YouTube channel, they both talked normal. Jeff was like, you know what? I'm proud of my family. I'm proud of everything I've overcome. I haven't been here since 2009, and I'm proud to be home. And then Matt says the same. I'm proud to be home back here in the WWE. And then Matt says that we've procured the Raw Tag Team Championships. But that's the only sign of broken Matt that he did in this whole promo that they have on their YouTube channel. So if you guys want to go see it, go to the WWE YouTube channel. It's up there. But yeah, Matt didn't sound broken. Let's see. Alonzo Spencer says, how more chances, I think he's supposed to say how many more chances does Natalya get to win the Women's Championship? I don't know. Robert Cathy, didn't that proposal Cena did look fake? Yeah, it really did. I think what happened was Cena must have, like, for real proposed a couple of months ago. And then they were like, you know what? Let's turn this into an angle. Let's make this something for WrestleMania. And then that's how this all became. Because as of December, I think, yeah, he was supposed to face The Undertaker. And John's the one that, asked to change the match to do something with Nikki. So, oh, hey, there is a second. All right. OB M8 says, watch the second Hardy's video. I'm watching that now. So this video got posted after their entrance, but it was recorded or after the match, but it got recorded before. And Matt sounds super normal. They asked him, what are you guys expecting from the crowd tonight? And Matt's just like, for it to go full circle, for them to be ecstatic. So, yeah. Matt's sounding normal in these things here, but it could be a swerve. He could be normal tonight and then come out tomorrow and just be all nefarious and ha. So, we'll have to see. I don't know if he's going to be broken or not. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to be broken. I mean, just because they use the old theme song doesn't mean anything. But the fact that WWE is already posting videos with them on their YouTube channel and them being normal just leads me to believe that they're not going to be the broken Hardys. It just seems like they're not going to be broken. So, unfortunately, all right. So let me pull up these notes here. And we'll start talking WrestleMania. We'll start the pre-show, and we'll go from there. Let's see. So the pre-show, kicked off with the Cruiserweight Championship match. Neville versus Austin Aries. And this was a good match. There was actually way more of the crowd already in the stadium than I thought would be, and that did help. Both guys did great in their roles in this match, and they really left it open for them to keep this feud between Neville and Austin Aries going, based off of the way Neville won. So they gave them time, and they worked, what they had to make it a good pre-show match. It probably would have been even a better match if it would have been on the main card. But in the end, though, it looked like Aries could have won, but Neville then raked him. He thumbed him in the eye, and that eye that he injured got Aries all discombobulated and ended up using that red arrow. And then, yeah, Rings of Saturn, boom, got that one. So Neville retained the Cruiserweight Championship, only one of 3 champions to retain their championship tonight. Right. Sarah Small says Neville and Aries was good. Nama Gupta says Neville versus Aries should have been on the main card. I agree. But, I mean, they really had no time for anything. This show, like, as far as a WrestleMania usually or a big WWE show goes, this show was a lot of just boom, 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 go, go, go. There wasn't a lot of, like, normally when you have, like, those, okay, match, drawn out, like, segment to kill time, match. No, this was just, like, match. Or it was, like, promo match. And the promos just led straight into the entrances. There was no, like, okay, we got the promo. And then the announcers talk for a few minutes, and then the match starts. No, it was just like promo match, like instantly. And I liked that. It almost reminded me of a big New Japan show where they just go, go, go. We did get the little break with the Pitbull Green Light song, which was, I guess, would be, if you're trying to compare this to a Tokyo Dome show, like a Wrestle Kingdom, they do their intermission. So that would have been WrestleMania's intermission. But back to the show. Dean Ambrose versus... No, I skipped a match. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So, we all know who won this. It was Mojo Rawley. Rawley first. Let's see. The last three men in the match were Mojo Rawley, Killian Dane, and Jinder Mahal. Rawley first eliminated Dane and then Mahal. The match started off with Braun Strowman throwing one person after another out. Big Show throwing out some people as well. Strowman then threw out the Big Show. And then it took pretty much everybody in the match to take out Strowman just past the 2-minute mark. They then let Tin Bing throw out Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Ziggler then threw out I think it's Tien or Tang Bing, the guy from NXT. Well, the guy they say is from NXT, but it's never been on NXT television. And then in the end, we saw the whole thing with Jinder Mahal, Gronkowski, and Mojo Rawley. We saw Mojo got thrown out of the ring, but it was through the middle ropes. So Jinder went after him, and Mojo started yelling. No, not Mojo. Gronkowski started yelling, "Get up, Mojo, get up, Mojo. You got this, you got this, you got this." So Jinder walked over to him, grabbed his cup, and threw it back at him, as we talked about earlier. This pissed off Gronkowski. Gronkowski took his shirt off, got into the ring, hit a pounce on Jinder Mahal before Mojo finally got back in, took out Jinder, won the match, shocked the world, because nobody expected Mojo to win this match. So now you got to look at it. Okay, Mojo was the first person to enter himself into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So maybe whoever enters himself in first can be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I don't know. So Mojo was your victor. He's going to come out with that trophy for the next couple weeks, months, who knows. But OBM8 is actually asking, when do you think Shelton Benjamin is returning? Shelton has been given the all clear by doctors. I mean, there's no reason he doesn't come back on Tuesday. There's absolutely no reason Shelton Benjamin doesn't make his surprise return Tuesday night on SmackDown. They wanted him on the SmackDown brand when the draft happened. Unfortunately, their doctors found his shoulder injury. He got surgery, and he was cleared this week. I got a couple of people asking, when's Sanity coming up? Unknown. It looks like they could break Killian Dane off of Sanity, though, and make him come to the main roster alone. Sarah Small says, I'm glad Drew Galloway or Drew McIntyre is back. Yeah. He's going to be huge in NXT, I'm telling you right now. I said it last night in my video. I think this is a Triple H move. If this was a Vince move, I would be completely shocked. Because we saw what Vince did with him last time he was in WWE. He was in 3MB. But I think Triple H saw something in McIntyre or Galloway. I mean, that's why he's in NXT. Because Triple H saw something and goes, no, I want to use this guy. I got ideas. I think it's great that McIntyre's in NXT and they didn't bring him back for the main roster like they did with Jinder Mahal or Kurt Hawkins. I mean, we've seen what's happened with them. OBM8 says Adam Pacino. Adam from What Culture believed Mojo would win. I mean, there's got to be one person that believed it. Signature Kevin says, where was Samoa Joe? I don't know. I really expected Joe to come out during the Triple H and Seth Rollins match, but he didn't. And that really shocked me. Henry Danger says, Ono versus Galloway. That match would rock. I'm pretty sure we've seen it in Evolve. But, I mean, on NXT, that match would be great. I mean, set it up for the next TakeOver. Lanafy says, how you guys feel about Mania? I feel it's one of the best in a while. It was better than last year. And I think it was right on par with 31. Right about the same, in my opinion. I might be a little biased over WrestleMania 31 since I was there. But Singh Bahita, or Batia, says, Shelton said that he is not sure whether he's going to come to WWE. In an interview he did with Adam of What Culture Pro Wrestling. He may just be saying that as a swerve. I mean, remember Jeff Hardy the other day said that if we come to WWE, it may be months before we can come to WWE. And look what happened tonight. So Sarah Small suggests, I'm glad the gold standard coming back. I doubt he'd be the gold standard. He'll probably just be regular old Shelton Benjamin. But hey, that's not bad either. AJ Styles is asking Finn Balor, question mark. He's going to be on Raw tomorrow. It's almost a lock. I can't say 100% certainty because we don't know. But I can say with 99.9% certainty, Finn's going to come tomorrow, and they're going to hope he gets that Cesaro pop. Geek Sleep Repeat says, why all the rumored women weren't in the SmackDown match? I told you guys they weren't going to be in that match. All these other guys here on YouTube and on Twitter were all posting, Kelly got signed and Victoria's coming back. I said that these women have been contacted for something possible at WrestleMania. I never once said they were going to wrestle. I said that there was a rumor, hence on the word rumor, that they could wrestle at WrestleMania. But I didn't believe that they would, and I never once believed all those people posting quote-unquote news that Kelly signed a 3-year deal and she's reported to the Performance Center already. No, the only one that I think could maybe come back to wrestle would be Maria, and that's because they want to sign her husband, and if they sign her husband, they'll probably sign her as well. What else are you guys saying before we get on to the final pre-show match? Killer Nick says he made a name for himself, so they figured he's an aspect now. When Cody makes a name for himself, he's going to get calls from Triple H. I mean, Cody will eventually come back to WWE, but right now, if you watch all the stuff Cody is doing and you really pay attention to the way he's doing things, he wants to be his dad. He wants to be Dusty. He wants to be the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. He wants to be just like his father. His father is his number one hero. He thought of his father like his father was Superman. Like his father was the greatest man that ever lived. And if you see the way he's doing things now in his matches, his promos, and just all the things he's doing in Japan, ROH, the Indies, he's trying to imitate and be the new Dusty Rhodes. So, DeAndre Dukes says, please read my previous comment. This chat's going by so fast. DeAndre Dukes, how excited were you when the Hardys showed up? I was ecstatic. I jumped off my couch. I was over the moon. I marked out big time when the Hardy Boys came out. Because at first, you think, so the New Day's up there. Well, I'm going to talk about this in a minute when this match comes up. Let's get back with the review. So we got Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, I know I had said that I believed Baron would win this match, and I still believe that if this match was on the main card, Baron would have won. But WWE doesn't like to do title changes on the pre-show or the kickoff show because people don't see it, and they want a title change to be seen by everybody. And their belief is, people don't watch the kickoff show, and if they do, cool. But they want big things like that, like a title change, to happen on the main roster or on the main card. So I think, yes, Corbin will get the title, but it'll probably not come till maybe on a SmackDown, but I can see it being at the next pay-per-view. I don't know how they get there. I don't know, Dean won, so now they need a new contender unless Corbin somehow gets another title match. But let's see. Ambrose retained with the Dirty Deeds after countering an End of Days. That was a pretty sick counter because, Baron whipped him out, grabbed him for the End of Days, and Dean just backflipped it. He just flipped right around. Boom. Dirty Deeds. Most of the match was Corbin working Ambrose's ribs, which they were selling like he hurt them with that forklift angle. Ambrose did a tope early. The match ended kind of suddenly, and it appeared mostly I thought he hit that DDT, and I was like, oh, there's your finish. But at the same time, there was a little part of me going, that ain't the finish yet. No. And it was, so. Let's see. Henry Danger, do you think Benjamin will be mid-card or contender for WWE title? I think he'll be in the IC title picture, my opinion, if Benjamin does come back in. Because Triple H had said in an interview before, when the whole injury thing came up with Benjamin and they couldn't sign him right away, He's like, this Shelton Benjamin is somebody we want and somebody we think can really help elevate the mid-card level on SmackDown and the Intercontinental title picture. So that was a plan they had before. Cynthia Cunningham says, I hate when people don't give Roman Reigns respect. I mean, it's weird because it's like people love Roman. They don't want to say they love Roman, but when you look at it, Roman sells more merch than anybody. He's right there with Cena now. Like, he's selling Cena number merch, shirts, dolls, action figures. And then he comes on TV and it's the quote unquote cool thing to do just to boo him. So let's see. Ryan Hardy says, there was a story a few days ago about Jeff staying in ROH, and now you see what happened. I never heard that. I mean, I did hear one thing saying, oh, the Hardys may be sticking around in ROH a little bit longer than we all think, but I never thought it was going to happen. We all knew the Hardys were coming. When they won those tag titles early on, when they won them in Manhattan, we knew they were leaving. They were just for the short term. And to be honest, if they'd never left Impact, this Hardy Boys Young Bucks thing would have been huge. It was supposed to actually, the whole feud with the Hardys and the Young Bucks was supposed to take place on both Ring of Honor television and Impact television. It was supposed to last months and then finally culminate in a ladder match or a Hardys compound match. So this thing was supposed to be a lot bigger than it was, but they had to fast track it because of the situation with the Hardys. Naman Gupta says, Andrade Cien Almas. I can maybe see him coming up. Maybe. Kids like Roman. Kids love Roman Reigns. My kids love Roman Reigns. Black Tech, what's your name? You asking me? My name's Tim. Say it at the beginning of every video. Lesnar killed Goldberg with them suplexes. I think it was Corey Graves or Byron Saxton. One of them said that he hit 10 suplexes. OBM8, Roman only sells merch because of the casual fans. Casual fans pay the bills. All right, so back to WrestleMania. Excuse me. So New Day comes out, and they did another cosplay for WrestleMania. Last year, if you remember, they came out the cereal box, and they were dressed up like Dragon Ball Z. This year, they come out, and their characters are from Final Fantasy. They were out there really, really quickly. They really just said, welcome to WrestleMania. We're your hosts. I hope you have fun. Have a good night. And we only saw them 2 times after that, which was very shocking. I thought we were going to see them like 5 times. So they say this first match is from SmackDown, and I go, okay, SmackDown Live Women's Championship match. They're gonna just get it out of the way. And then AJ and Shane come out, and I was like, okay, they really don't care about the women's title match. They're going to put it in the death spot, which they did. The same spot that the Battle Royal was in last year, that death spot between the 2 final matches. So, AJ versus Shane. Match had its moments that were good. Highlights included Shane missed the elbow off the top of the table, crashing through the table himself as AJ moved out of the way at the last moment. Shane kicked out of a very good Styles Clash, I guess. The way that it was set up was cool. Shane had AJ in a triangle choke. AJ lifted Shane up and reversed it or countered it, however you want to call it, into a Styles Clash. AJ then tried to go for a coast to coast after the referee was bumped down. You got to remember this. The referee was bumped down, so then it just turned into a no DQ match for a while. The referee was bumped down. AJ got into the ring, grabbed two trash cans, set up Shane in the corner, went for the coast to coast, but as AJ was about midway through flight, Shane jumped out of the corner and just smacked AJ in the face with a trash can. He then put AJ in the corner, put a trash can in AJ's face, and hit a coast to coast. AJ survived, though, kicked out. Shane then went for a shooting star press and missed. AJ then hit the phenomenal forearm, got the win. The story was that Shane was the real striker and AJ was the wrestler. Shane did a lot of MMA stuff in this match, and AJ did the quote-unquote pro wrestling stuff in this match. The crowd didn't boo it, but they didn't really cheer it like you would think for an AJ Styles match. They were just indifferent to it. They were just like, match wasn't horrible, but there was nothing to be like, you need to see this match about. So I think that's why the crowd was just whatever about it. I think they popped once when Shane went through the table because he missed. But other than that, it was an all right match. Some people were saying that it was one of the better matches of the night, and I don't know about that. But after that, we had Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens came out. You can see that he really soaked in the moment during his entrance. He got about halfway down the ramp, and he turned around and just looked at everything. Looked at the stage, his name up there, his graphic. Then Jericho came out. And Jericho did an interview, I want to say, with ESPN. And he was like, hey, the list of Jericho is going to be a big deal in my entrance. And he comes out, right? And you see over his shoulder when he's standing on the ramp, a big blow-up, like 20-foot blow-up, 10, 20-foot blow-up list of Jericho. You notice it. The announcers reference it really super quickly, and then you don't see it again. So it was like, it wasn't that big. It was there, but it wasn't as big of a deal as Jericho led on to be. Sorry about that. So the match goes, they had a hard time following the prior match, but they did get a lot of "this is awesome" chants. The match was worked with the idea that they knew each other's spots because of the whole best friends thing, so they were able to reverse each other. Like, at one point, Owens went for the pop-up. Jericho reversed it into a code breaker. Owens put Jericho in the walls. At one point, Jericho almost had the match won, and then Owens got one finger on the bottom rope. The match ultimately did end with Owens getting the not Universal, but United States Championship after a powerbomb to the apron. So they then aired a payback commercial, and at the end of the commercial was Brock Lesnar, kind of indicating that, hey, Brock Lesnar will be at Payback, and I'm assuming he would since he is now the new Universal Champion. Let's see, this chat's going gangbusters right now. Let's see what you guys are saying. OBM8 says, I think you should teach your kids AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Bray Wyatt are the cool guys. Oh, my son, when the lights go out and you see the crowd, he knows exactly that's Bray Wyatt. He hears the first 2 bars of Kevin Owens' song, boom, he knows that's Kevin Owens coming out. He hears the first 3-5 seconds AJ Styles, he knows it's AJ Styles. He knows. He does the Enzo stuff with Enzo. It's funny. I got to record him one day doing the Enzo stuff. The Jordan 278 says, I wasn't waiting to be that better. I don't know what you're trying to say. Tiago Govia, AJ fans still buttgirt. I think you hit a wrong key there, buddy. Butt hurt. I don't get why. It was an amazing match. The match was all right. I don't know if I'd go as far as saying amazing. Supreme Breed 3345 says, also there's an update on an AJ Styles face turn. Maybe he can turn. I think he can turn. I don't know why they would still keep him heel. They need another babyface on SmackDown since Cena's leaving anyways. Yeah, Black Tech is right. That the fans just wanted to see him in a better match and with a better opponent. Someone like a Samoa Joe or a Nakamura or something. Signature Kevin is asking about the draft. Last I heard, around the same time it happened last year, end of June, early July. Randy Jr. says, Roman is starting to be who I thought they should have made him after the Shield split, not caring, just out for himself. Exactly. And I think with that, it can lead to a heel turn. I mean, the way Roman played this match, the character he played in this match was a full-on heel character. Yelling at Undertaker, telling him, stay down. Why are you kicking out? Why are you even here? And the expressions Roman made when he was using that chair, he had them heel eyes. But let's see. Randy Jr. says Cena match was because of Nikki's injury, probably. I think that's why they went with it. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was probably the only time that Cena and Nikki would ever be able to work a match together. I think like I said before, I think Cena did propose months ago, and then they wanted to incorporate it. There's a lot of things that we'll never know, probably. We'll probably never know. Tiago says, I love Bray, but the match was really bad. That match was really, like, not just really bad, but really bad. The Jordan 27, why CM Punk would return to WWE when they fire him the day of his wedding. Vince actually made a comment about that, the whole getting his termination papers on his wedding. Vince apologized, saying that wasn't meant to happen like that, that people working PR whenever, they didn't know it was Punk's wedding day that day. They sent out his termination papers a couple days prior. They FedExed them, and they just happened to get there on that day. And Vince, he said this on the Stone Cold podcast. You can go back and watch it on the WWE Network. Vince actually says, he literally, when Stone Cold goes, I'm going to say some names and you give me your reaction. Stone Cold says, CM Punk. And Vince just literally goes, first off, I would like to apologize to Punk because of what happened on his wedding day. And he goes on to say, it was an accident. People don't know. So we'll have to see. Daniel Price says, for the Hardy Marks, you are not looking at long term. You are living on a nostalgia high. It will not end as well as you think. Vince said, fuck you to his own tag division. What? I don't think they're in for the long haul right now. WWE is not signing anybody just to sign them. I can't say that because I think they signed Drew Galloway for a reason, and they've signed on Jim Ross for a reason. But I'm actually gonna talk about that a little later. Anyways, I don't know why you would think they said fuck you to your own division. I can kind of get what you're saying by bringing these guys in first day and giving them the titles. All right, if you got to go, OBM8. It was good seeing you here. Let's see. Again, if you guys want to donate to Pro Wrestling Unlimited here on YouTube, you can donate to us by hitting that super chat button in the chat below. You can also donate to us on Streamlabs. There is a link in the description below. All right. KK Punk KK says, chat moved on me. I hate him. I never been a fan of Roman, but after this match with Taker, he was acting good. Yes, Roman actually played a good heel in this match. Seeing Batia. What about number one contenders for the U.S. Universal title? Well, I'm expecting that we still do Owens Jericho till Payback. Jericho needs his rematch. But as far as the Universal title, I don't know. A lot of people say Finn should get a rematch because of how he lost the title. I don't know. Armando Morales, will Mr. Kennedy ever be inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame? It's the WWE Hall of Fame. You can never say no. But he's one that I doubt. But you never know. But his longevity in WWE didn't really last. And really, about half of his time in WWE was spent injured. So I highly, highly doubt it. I don't see why they would. No. If I had a gun pointed at my head, yes or no, I'd say no. Randy Jr. hit it on the button. He said, WrestleMania is all about nostalgia. Exactly. It was great that JR did Taker's last match, but it should have just been him and JBL. No, I don't think JBL should have been there at all. I think it should have been just JR. I guess you can keep Michael Cole there, but I think it really should have been Corey Graves, because then it could have been, we have the now Michael Cole. We have the past, one of the greatest of all time, Jim Ross, and the future of pro wrestling announcers, Corey Graves. And Corey Graves is great. He's head over heels better than JBL. I'm not going to talk anymore about JBL because I might say something that might get me in trouble. Because, I'm done talking JBL. JBL is a hot button ticket right now. And WWE's just letting him do whatever he wants. But anyways, Singh Bhatia says they should bring Eric Bischoff back to be the Raw general manager. Dev says, what's next for AJ? I talked about this earlier, but I'll say it again. If you look at advertising for the SmackDown brand post WrestleMania, they're actually doing in house shows. Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, and AJ Styles for the title. So we could be getting a triple threat kind of, Bray can say, I need my rematch for my title. But AJ can be like, no, I need that match because I earned it before WrestleMania, and I beat Shane McMahon, so give me my match, and we'll get a triple threat. Just for Fun Gaming, any news about Morrow? All we know right now about Morrow is that he's doing better. And I don't know what I should say and shouldn't say. All I can say is Morrow's doing better. I don't know if he's going to return. And I don't want to talk about Morrow JBL. I don't really want to talk about the whole Morrow JBL stuff. Jose Soto says Jim Ross should replace JBL. Can't do that because they're not even the same. JBL is a color guy, which is what you always have wrestlers do, be the color guy. And Jim Ross is play-by-play. So it wouldn't even work anyways. All right, so Chris Gomez says, I heard Dean Ambrose got punished. Punished for what? When? He won his match tonight. All right. JR and Randy Jr. says JR could announce by himself and it would be great. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, most people probably didn't see it here in the States, but you might have seen it if you live in the UK. The ITV special they ran on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve. He called that by himself, and that was great. Just for Fun Gaming says, I miss Morrow. We all miss Morrow. We all love you, Morrow Ronaldo. Hope you get better, get well soon. If you do or don't return to WWE, hey, you got to do what's right for you and what's best for your health. So whatever Morrow does decide to do, he's got our support. He's got everybody's support right now. Signature Kevin says, who do you think, which tag team from NXT should be on SmackDown? I really think the Revival needs to come to SmackDown Tuesday. Like, it has to happen because SmackDown's dying a death. All right. So, back to WrestleMania. We had the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match for the Raw Women's Championship. So, Bayley came out, did her entrance. I don't know if Bayley messed up her entrance because usually, Bayley comes out, she walks a tiny bit down the ramp, and then the tube men come up when she does the whole woof with her hands up. But Bayley just kept walking. And then eventually the tube men popped up on the stage. So I don't know if Bayley just got nervous or overexcited and just like soaking it all in. WrestleMania, we're walking down, WrestleMania, and I don't know. But then she got in the ring and there was more tube men down there, so it all just worked itself out. Then Nia came out, walked down the stage, walked down that long-ass ramp. That ramp was fucking long. Like, we've seen it in videos and pictures, but it was long. So Nia comes out. And then Sasha comes out. This lazy-ass bitch comes out, and she's in a car. Everybody else got to walk down this ramp, and Sasha gets a car because she's, quote-unquote, the boss. Make her ass walk, too. Charlotte came out dressed like a peacock, and she walked all the way down the ramp. Anyways, so Bayley retained the Raw Women's Championship. Match was way too short for an elimination match. Nia played the monster early before all three women teamed up on her to eliminate her. Charlotte got thrown into the corner. Nia went over to her. No, that's not even how it... Yeah, Nia was there. Charlotte lifted Nia off the turnbuckle in like a power bomb. Sasha and Bayley came over and they did like a shield triple power bomb spot. They all jumped on Nia, eliminated Nia. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Charlotte kicked Sasha off an O'Connor roll, and she went into an exposed turnbuckle, and that's how Sasha got eliminated. Charlotte pinned her 1, 2, 3. Bayley used a Randy Savage elbow to Charlotte, got the pin. Nobody thought it was the finish because, that's not the Bayley to belly. Everyone expected I expected Charlotte to kick out of that elbow, but hey, maybe that's Bayley's new finisher. Match was all right, but it wasn't anything you can be like, you need to go check out this women's match, like last year's match. Last year's triple threat women title match at WrestleMania was good. It was a match that you can tell your friends, hey, if there's a match you need to go check out from this WrestleMania, is that women's match. It was great. This match was just like, oh, hey, guess what? Bayley retained. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That was about it. So, nothing to tell your friends about. Charlotte did a tremendous corkscrew moonsault, though, in the middle of this match from the top rope to the outside. Amazing. After this, Greg Hamilton then announced the Hall of Fame class. Usually Howard Finkel does it. Kurt Angle they announced everybody, Teddy Long, the family of Rick Rude, Eric LeGrand, Beth Phoenix, and then, like they always do with the headliner, the Hall of Fame music stops. The headliner's music hits, and they get to walk out in the middle of the stage by themselves. I think they missed a huge opportunity, a huge moment they could replay on tape. Kurt did his whole kneel down, throw up the fingers, Kurt Angle thing, right? They should have had pyro go off. That would have been perfect, amazing. But also the camera was out of in the wrong spot because it was behind Kurt. They could have had something cool there. So they do the Hall of Fame thing. And then, time for the tag team match. Raw Tag Team Championship match. It was supposed to be a triple threat ladder match. So Enzo comes out. He does this whole spiel. Crowd, 75,000, so they say, is doing it with him. I don't know if it's because it's an open stadium or if the crowd just wasn't as into it as we expected. But I expected them to be a lot louder. They were loud when Cass did the SAWFT soft. They were loud for that. But I don't know what it was with the Enzo part. They just didn't seem that loud. It could have been because they're in that open stadium. When you have the crowds cheering, all the volume, all the noise from the crowd goes up. If they're somewhere like AT&T Stadium or the Mercedes-Benz Superdome or the Staples Center, it'll hit the roof and bounce, and the sound will come right back down. But when they're in an outdoor stadium like they were today, or Levi Stadium, WrestleMania 31, the sound just goes up and just keeps going up because there's nothing for it to bounce off of. So I think that's one reason some people were saying the crowd didn't sound that into some things when you would think they were, and I think it was just because of the arena and the stadium they're in. So all the teams come out. Enzo and Cass come out first. Sheamus and Cesaro have a cool little entrance where it was like a hybrid Cesaro. Why do I always say that? Cesaro. I don't know why I always say that. Cesaro. Sheamus, Cesaro. So Cesaro comes out first, like always, and he's got his James Bond top on, but the bottom's like a kilt. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Sheamus comes out wearing the same thing. They both do the Cesaro rip off the suit gag. Pretty cool. So then Gallows and Anderson come out, and then the referee's just standing there. All three teams are standing in the middle of the ring, and I go, all right, so people are expecting the Hardys. But are the Hardys really going to come out? And this is what I'm thinking. Pretend the match is happening right now, about to happen right now. So all three teams are sitting there in the middle of the ring, just standing there. Referee's just standing there doing whatever. JoJo gets out of the ring, and my mind's going like, all right, people are expecting the Hardys. But are they really going to come out? I didn't know what was going to happen. We expected it. And when the ring bell didn't ring right away, I was like, okay, something's going to happen here. They're putting another team in here. Wait another 30 seconds. Ring bell still didn't ring. New Day's music hits. And I go, oh no. Please don't. I really thought at first that New Day was going to enter this match, not the Hardys. I was like, everyone's going to be pissed because they're wanting the Hardys, and then it's going to be the New Day. And then the New Day, they're all like, you know what? We were just informed. There's now a 4-way. Another team's going to be entered. And then Kofi goes to take off that cowboy hat, and I'm like, oh no, they're adding the New Day. These people are going to revolt. And then the Hardy Boys music hits, and the place erupts. Jeff comes out, Matt comes out, the crowd just starts going nuts. Delete. And Matt doesn't do the delete, but he does the thing where he like throws his arms up and does the laugh. He does that really quickly. So he played broken, but they couldn't say it. Michael Cole really quickly said something about broken, but he said it so fast I kind of missed it. I just heard him say the word broken really fast. So they kind of tried, but I don't know exactly. So, but let's see. The Hardys did win the tag titles, as we all know, which they really had to do if this was going to be what was going to happen. You know, the Hardys coming in. Anything short of them not winning the tag titles, this place was going to just... The rest of the show, they were going to just shit on the whole thing. The crowd was not going to be happy if the Hardys didn't win those tag titles. And I think that's what they had to do, regardless of what the crowd wanted, because it just makes sense. They come in, they win the tag titles, and then they can do whatever they do starting tomorrow. But let's see. So the end of the match saw Sheamus and Cesaro were on ladders that were bridged at ringside. Jeff then grabbed one of them 20-foot ladders, got to the top, and we go, oh no. On ladders, not tables? On ladders, not tables. Jeff swantoned through Cesaro. His legs crashed over Sheamus, broke the ladder that Cesaro was laying on. Sheamus nearly got hurt on a spot when he took a bump off a ladder and ended up on his lower back. I think there was one spot also, I can't remember who it was, but Cass was in the corner. There was a ladder in Cass's face, and Cass went to throw it off of him, and like the edge hit, I can't remember who it was, but the edge hit the person. There was another spot early, I think this was with Cesaro. Either Cesaro or Anderson. They were climbing the ladder. I think it was Cesaro. And Cass went to big boot the ladder down, and he like hit the middle of the ladder where it connects, the spot that connects it, and it kind of buckled the ladder. Ladder almost just botchly fell over, and then he kicked it again, and it botchly fell. Enzo and Cass really botched a couple things in this match, and it wasn't for the best. So, I mean, in the end, the Hardys did win the tag titles. It was the only way out of this. You couldn't do this match without them winning if they were going to actually be in the match. So, see what you guys are saying here. Blackout 0824 says the club versus the Hardys. Hey, we technically got well, not technically, but Saturday night we got the Bullet Club versus the Hardys, Young Bucks. Vlog of Awesome 402, Hardys versus Dudleys. Can't happen. Bubba signed a 1-year deal with Ring of Honor. Macdasa P. CM Punk return tomorrow. We can only hope, but I doubt it'll ever happen. Randy Jr. says, Matt only did the delete when the fans got into it. Exactly. I think that they weren't supposed to do any broken stuff, but they slipped it in. Jeff was not Brother Nero at all. He was never nefarious or obsolete. So, let's see. What else are you guys saying here? They didn't do the delete thing, really. Vlog of Awesome. They should do Brothers of Destruction versus the Hardys. Well, Kane wants to be a mayor or governor, and Undertaker's retired, so nope. Teasers with the Hardys. Cass was mad that the Hardys returned. They were all made to look mad. I don't know. But I do know that if the Hardys weren't going to be in that match, Enzo and Cass were winning them tag titles. That was the plan as of last week. Enzo and Cass winning that match. Derek Boak says people left the food lines when they heard the Hardys music hit. I bet. They probably were like, oh, Raw tag team ladder match. All right, we'll take them a break. And then the Hardy music hit, and everybody was like, fuck a beer. Let's get back. Signature Kevin says, was Jeff supposed to hit Sheamus and Cesaro? I think it's supposed to land on both of them. And he came up a little short, crashed right through Cesaro. And you can see from his knees down, smack Sheamus right in the gut. Raymond Cesaro took a nasty bump when Cass... Yeah, so I thought it was Cesaro. When Cass big booted the ladder and he hit it in the wrong spot. So the ladder buckled and then he did it again. Yeah, it was Cesaro. That's right, because the ladder fell. Cesaro fell off the ladder. His leg got caught in the bottom rung. I thought he broke his ankle or something, because the way he went one way, his ankle and foot twisted another way. I thought, whew, that would have been bad. That could have been really bad for Cesaro right there. Looked like leg got caught between the ladder. Yep, on the bottom rungs. Signature Kevin says, does this mean we can get a big cast turn on Enzo? I doubt it. They teased it back in like February, but I don't think it's going to happen. They stopped teasing over the last couple of weeks. KK Punk KK says, I was like, fuck all of them Hardys in the house. Drew Cripps is saying, Finn helps Club tomorrow. I don't think so, because the Club is heels, and I'm pretty sure Finn's going to come in. I could be wrong, but I think Finn's going to come in as a babyface. Vince really wants to push him as a babyface because Vince really wants to market him towards kids with the whole face paint and all the Demon King gimmickry. Seeing Batia says, what about Blake and Murphy? They've been broken up for forever now. They've been broken up for almost a year in NXT. Blackout 0824. I wish the Young Bucks would sign with WWE next year. Young Bucks signed a 2-year deal with both Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling. So if they were to come to WWE, they couldn't come to WWE till 2019, I want to say. What was it? December 2018. December 2016, they signed that deal right after Final Battle. They signed it the night of Final Battle. That might have been December 2016. They signed a 2-year deal that was actually a deal with both Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling. So with that, they can't come to WWE for 2 years. Vlog of Awesome says, if CM Punk showed up, crowd would explode. Crowd would go nuts if CM Punk came back. Crowd would, like, they say blow the roof off the place. They literally would. Blackout 0824. Young Bucks vs. Hardys put on a classic ladder match Saturday night. I haven't seen the whole match. I started watching part of it before WrestleMania, and then the Mania kickoff show started, and I just stopped watching it. So I haven't seen the whole Hardys Bucks ladder match, but what I did see first half of the match was really good. It was a great ladder match so far. I'm going to watch the rest of it after we do this live stream, actually. Mike Rogers, Young Bucks would have to change their wrestling style for WWE. Is that what you're saying? Maybe. I don't know. Robert Cathy, do you think Omega and Young Bucks will be at WrestleMania 35? There's a chance. I mean, Omega can be at WrestleMania 34 if he really wanted, because he said in an interview with Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer that he was going back to Japan in February. He was going to negotiate with them to sign a 1-year deal. So with that, I would assume, he's going to weigh his options again next year like he did this year. And maybe he does go to WWE in 2018. I got my years all mixed up. Okay, Bucks can come to WWE essentially January 2018. 19. And Omega, if he wanted to, can come in 2018. There you go. I got my years all mixed up. So, I mean, they won't come together unless Omega stays in Japan for another year. But KK Punk KK, imagine a match Drew Galloway, Adam Cole. Hey, they've got Drew Galloway in NXT, or Drew McIntyre, and they really want Adam Cole. Adam Cole can talk. Adam Cole can start negotiations with WWE if he wanted May 1st. His contract expires the last day of April. Signature Kevin, do you think Drew Galloway should get new theme in NXT? And isn't he What Culture Pro Wrestling World Champion? And he is hunting the world titles and other. Okay, so here's what's going to happen with Drew McIntyre. I know we're getting off topic. This isn't WrestleMania, but whatever. Supreme Bree 3345. You got to go. Have a good night. Thank you for joining us here for the last hour and 13 minutes. It's been a pleasure. But let's get Drew Galloway. So this has happened before when guys have signed with WWE, They were able to talk with WWE and do whatever they wanted because they weren't under no exclusive contracts. What will happen is WWE will allow him whatever time he needs to fulfill any indie dates that he already had before signing with WWE. And if he is a champion anywhere, which he is in What Culture, they will allow him to go work for What Culture to do 1, maybe 2 shows, whatever it needs to be, to drop the title, and then come to WWE and start in NXT. They did it, I know, when Rhino returned to WWE, he had like a month's worth of shows. They let him work NXT and do those shows at the same time. So I know that's what's going to happen. They're not just going to... WWE wouldn't do that. They're not just going to be like, oh, nope, you're not the champ no more. No, they'll let him fulfill his commitments. Because, one, if he ever does leave WWE again, it could look bad on him, which most would probably understand. It wasn't his choice to not fulfill the commitments. But I really think that, from what I'm hearing, What Culture's upset. But, they didn't have him signed to an exclusive deal. So, he's going to drop the title. I don't know to who. Maybe Will Ospreay or Ricochet. Let's see what else you guys saying before we get on to the next match from WrestleMania, which is actually the mixed tag match. Just for fun gaming, I hope Drew keeps the Broken Dreams theme song. You talk about Broken Dreams. Is that what he uses in What Culture, or is that his old theme in WWE? Because if whatever he's using in What Culture, he's not going to use. He's most likely... Excuse me. It's either going to be his old Drew McIntyre theme, which I don't even remember what it was because he was in 3MB for so long, or he's going to get new music, which is a good chance. Roman Reigns fan says Roman Reigns buried that old part-timer deal with it. Holy crap. Hashtag thank you, Roman Reigns. Thank you, Roman. What? Anyways, it's your opinion. That's your opinion. Derek Boak says, no Samoa Joe or Finn or Rock. Only disappointment for me. Samoa Joe not being in there is kind of off in a way. I really thought Joe would show up in the Triple H Seth Rollins match, to be honest. I was very shocked that it didn't happen. Just for fun gaming says he thinks he's going to use the old WWE theme. KK Punk KK, I think Bobby Roode will be on the main roster and Drew McIntyre will be the champion by that time, and suddenly Adam Cole will be on NXT facing Drew McIntyre. I think Bobby Roode is going to be that champ for a while. They're really building it around, this isn't NXT. This isn't the fans NXT. This is Bobby Roode's NXT. So I think Bobby's going to be the champ for a while. Nakamura's going to come to the main roster. Adam Cole maybe comes in June. So, Drew Gagnon, WWE has to make Roman heel tomorrow. It would be the perfect time. People have been saying Roman should be heel already. But when before this would have been a good time to turn him heel? The way he played his character in this match, I don't think they have to turn him heel. He was a perfect heel. All right. Black Tech says, which 3 wrestlers would you say are the faces of the new era as far as who is going to usher in be once Cena, Taker, Orton, all these guys are gone? Well, you can't say AJ because AJ's almost 40. He's not going to be around too long. Same with Nakamura. He's up there in age. Roman. Roman's going to be a guy they're going to push forever until he's ready to leave. Bray Wyatt, maybe. Seth Rollins. I don't see Dean Ambrose being one of the top guys. Yeah, they give him a championship because... to be honest, if they weren't doing that brand split, I really doubt Dean would have been WWE champion. Robert Cathy says, I hate to admit this, Stephanie looked kind of hot on the back of Triple H's bike. Rehip star. I'm glad Taker retired 23-2, but it's not like Rock, Stone Cold, or Shawn Michaels left the building. He only performed 3 times a year at most. Hell, last year he worked 1 match. This year he worked 2 matches, if you really want to count the Rumble as a match. What? The fans hate Roman, but the ladies love him. It's the same thing with John Cena. Black Tech says, what about Finn as far as like being a face of the company? Maybe, but Finn's up there too. Finn's like 35. So yeah, Finn can stick around for 5, 6, 7 years. So I guess you can say that. I didn't think about it. I thought Finn was a little older. Taymor Khan. Bearing injuries, AJ could be top-notch for another 10 years. I know he signed a 3-year deal back in 2016 when he came in. He signed a 3-year deal. And I don't know if he retires off of that or what. We'll have to see. I mean, he could stick around longer. He's AJ Styles, and he's amazing. Jose Soto says Stephanie McMahon is hot. KK Punk KK, do you think Austin Aries will be on the main roster with the heavyweights? Well, I mean, originally, Vince has liked Austin Aries. Vince was all for bringing Austin Aries to the main roster just like they did with Finn. But the issue was that damn cruiserweight division. It was dying. He never wanted to put Neville in it either, but he just felt like the cruiserweight division's dying. They need to do something, and he knew that Neville's great. Neville could help that division, and he knew Austin Aries was great. And Austin Aries can help that division, so that's why they're both in the cruiserweight division, because the division was dying with the guys they had. And it's not the guys' fault. It's that they brought in all these new people that, other than Brian Kendrick, the WWE fans had never heard of before. Like, other than Brian Kendrick because he was in WWE, and other than TJ Perkins because he was in Impact, none of these other guys, most of them, like 99% of them, WWE Universe didn't know who they were. And that's why they just didn't get over. O1ZM says, who will Neville drop the title to? I think it's still going to be Austin Aries. I think they go on to have another match because Aries is going to be like, you know what, you cheated. You used the dastardly heel tactics to keep your championship. Give me another match. Give me a rematch. And then I think Aries can get it that way. I think Aries should have won it tonight, to be honest. Nam Gupta, will Sasha turn heel soon or later? I mean, it can come at any time. I know that the plan is Sasha versus Bayley for the championship at SummerSlam in Brooklyn. It'll be the 2-year anniversary from their NXT Brooklyn match. Triple H's entrance was badass. Black Tech says, I didn't know that he was that old. How old is Seth? I want to say Seth's in his late 20s. Seth. I know if they sign Adam Cole, that'd be perfect. Adam Cole's the same age as me. Adam Cole's 27. Seth is 30. Seth's got time. But, yeah, if they were to sign Adam Cole's the same age as me. I turn 28 tomorrow. I think he turns 28 this year as well. Or he just turned 27. Either way, Adam Cole could be a big star for WWE for years to come if they sign him on. So, just for fun gaming, do you think Rey Mysterio might return and be part of the Cruiserweight division? Highly doubt it. I mean, never say never. I don't think he would come back for the Cruiserweight division. Mike Rogers, are you drinking dark liquor? Dark liquor? What? I don't drink any liquor. I don't drink anything. Okay. Seth turns 31 in May. His birthday is May 28th. Not quite 31 yet. O1ZM says Nakamura revival to SmackDown. That's exactly how I would do it. Signature Kevin, do you think Tony Nese needs a push? Not really. Robert Cathy, do you watch Lucha Underground? I don't even know if I get El Rey. I've watched it here and there. Like, I'll get episodes, I'll download them and stuff, but not on a frequent basis. No. Like I said, I don't even know if I have the El Rey network. True, Chris. You don't drink unless you're with me. I haven't drank in so long. Probably been like 2 years. Let's see. So back to WrestleMania. We have that mixed tag team match. John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. Basic match. Miz played the heel. The annoying heel. Tried to get on John Cena's nerves the whole time. Sorry about that. And so, it was a lot of, Nikki wanted to start the match, so Maurice was in there, and she immediately tagged Miz. So the Miz gets in, Cena gets in, Miz gets out of the ring. Then they get back in the ring. Miz gets on the turnbuckle, starts pandering to the crowd. Then it goes to the other side, panders to the crowd. So, the match was pretty quick. I mean, they did the whole double TKO attitude adjustment spot. They did the double pin. They did the double you can't see me 5-knuckle shuffle. And then John had this whole stupid, wacky story on how you went into your surgery and right before they wheeled you into that operating room, I said, stop. And as you were loopy, I asked you a question. And I told you this afterwards. And I said, when the time is right, I'll tell you what I asked you. And I asked you, I said, can you hear me? And you said yes. And I said, I will marry you one day. And now, I need you to say yes again. And I was like, what? And then he got down on one knee, pulled the ring out. I guess she said yes. She never said it in the mic. Yeah. And then they walked off. Crowd booed the hell out of it. But, hey. That's what it was. They're hoping to get a lot of mainstream publicity for it. You know they're going to talk about it on the Today Show tomorrow because Al Roker was the guest ring announcer. John Cena's always on the Today Show anyways. Bullet Clever Shield just said it right there in a nutshell. Corny as fuck. Corny as fuck. Like I said, Cena had this stupid story. I don't know if it's true or not. I doubt that's even a true story. But what do you think of what do you think of Wyatt's in-ring work? Amazing for his. I mean, he plays that character perfectly for his size. Not knocking him or anything, but he's like a Kevin Owens. You don't think they'd be able to do some of the things they can actually do. What the? Polish your apple. Who had a wider ass? Nia Jax or Stephanie on that bike? God damn! What a question. I don't know. Let's leave it up to you guys in the chat. Who had the wider ass? Nia Jax or Stephanie on that bike? That's a first. I didn't think that question was coming up, but Roman Reigns fan says, how does Nikki feel the proposal was fake? Everyone knew it was coming. The whole build of the storyline was Maurice was all like, sorry about that. The whole build of the story was, Maurice, I got a ring. John ain't never going to give you a ring. Da 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 da. It was horrible. Signature Kevin, do you think Roman's entrance was the same as last year? It was very similar, if not the exact same. Tamor Khan, will they do another draft? Yes, it should take place same time they did the draft last year. Let's see. Robert Caddy says Cena's story sounded like he was making it up as he went along. I mean, Cena is good at improvising. All right, Roman Reigns fan, I'm going to ignore that comment. Goddamn, you guys are just nasty today. Whew. Derek Stormwreck, Undertaker Hall of Fame 2018. If he's legitimately retired, then yeah, Hall of Fame 2018. Drew is asking, when's Bray's rematch? I mean, he can get it immediately. He can get it whenever he wants. But like I said earlier, if you look at advertising for the SmackDown brand post-WrestleMania, they're doing triple threats at the house shows with Bray, Randy, and AJ Styles. I don't know if it's just house show stuff because they have nothing for AJ, but it could translate onto TV and pay-per-view. So we could see a triple threat thing with AJ saying that he still deserves it because he earned it before Mania and at Mania with beating Shane. So I can see them doing the triple threat thing. You know, Bray needs his rematch, and AJ thinks he deserves a title shot, so they do the triple threat. All right. Jose Soto says, I like Nia, but I don't like her voice. Oh, 1ZM. What brands will Samson Dillinger debut on? We don't even know if Ty's coming up. Right now, that's unknown. Elias Sampson, I can see them maybe throwing him on Raw, just for the hell of it. I don't know what they're going to do with him. It could be another Apollo Crews, gets lost in the shuffle. Anthony Phillips says, Ambrose moved to pre-show after being drunk at the Hall of Fame. Whew. I don't know. I don't think they would do that to Baron Corbin. I think because of the crap they got from the women's match being on the pre-show, they had to bump a match. And since that was supposed to be the opening match of the main card, they shifted everything down and threw the women's match in the death spot. I think that's what happened. I could be completely wrong about that. That's just how it seemed to come off to me. All right. So, after the John Cena, Nikki Bella debacle, whatever you want to call it, disaster, fake story, we had the unsanctioned match, Triple H versus Seth Rollins. Signature Kevin says, Is there anything new Impact about EC3? How long is his contract? Nothing really. I haven't heard anything since the Impact tapings. Nothing's really gone down other than they got a working agreement with AAA in Mexico. They got a working agreement with ITV in the UK. But other than that, I don't really hear much about Impact. They're just doing what they need to do to survive, I guess. Tamor Khan, do you see Kurt Angle wrestling at SummerSlam? It's not out of the picture. It all depends on if he can get through the physicals and all the medical testing and pass it all. We'll just have to see what happens with that, though. 01ZM, is Killian Dane main roster appearance a one-off? I think it might be, especially since he's Insanity. Because if you remember, back at WrestleMania 31, Hideo Itami was in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and that was a one-off. So, I mean, yeah. Baron last year was in the Battle Royal, but he ended up winning it and then coming to the main roster. So, with Killian Dane not winning, I could see him just going right back to NXT and being right back in Sanity. Javon Carter, is the engagement real? We can assume. I would assume, and I would maybe almost put money on it. I don't know. Polisher Apple, Pitbull was good time for take a piss break. Now here's the thing with that. The whole thing with the whole having the performances, that's mainly for the live crowd in the arena. Because I know when I went to Mania, people loved the whole having the little mini concert, the one song performed there. They thought it was cool to see it live, but it doesn't come off the same on television that it does seeing it live. And a lot of things are like that, you know. If you're there live, it's a different feel and a different atmosphere than if you're singing on TV. Well, thank you, Tamor Khan. She says, or he, I don't even know, says that this chat is awesome. Just subscribed. Well, thank you for the subscription. If anybody else would like, you can hit that red subscription button down below. If you want to help us out, you can hit the super chat here in the chat and donate to Pro Wrestling Unlimited. And also, if you want to get one of our t-shirts, put the link in the chat right now. Link is also in the description. You can go to our TeePublic store to get one of our t-shirts. We actually have 3 new t-shirts we put out this week. And if you like one of our t-shirt designs but don't want it on a t-shirt, you can get it on a hoodie. You can get it on a cell phone case. You can get it as a sticker. Just go check it out. It's Pro Wrestling Unlimited on TeePublic. But let's get back to Triple H, Seth Rollins, the unsanctioned match. The match was really long, a lot longer than I expected. But it didn't have a lot of heat most of the time, although it did later on in the match. It was a very psychological match and very, very well put together and executed. Rollins kicked out of a pedigree. Triple H kicked out of a Phoenix Splash. Stephanie interfered a couple times. She interfered once when Seth was going to hit Triple H with the sledgehammer. She ripped that sledgehammer out of Triple H's hands. The finish had Stephanie jump back up on the ring apron, grab Seth like she was going to hold him for Triple H. Triple H went to, I guess, spear Rollins. I don't know exactly, but Rollins moved out of the way. Stephanie got hit, went through a table. Triple H was all shocked and surprised. Turned around, got hit with the pedigree. Rollins goes to the pin. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins, new champion. Well, not champion, but I mean, he could get a title match out of this. I don't know. Maybe he's like, you know, I beat your husband. I beat the king. I want the title. I don't know. KK Punk, I appreciate that. And I'm always going to be here to give you guys all the updates. Everything I find out, I'll let you guys know. How many John O'Clocks tonight? Derek Stormwreck. I don't even know what you're asking. Bullet Club versus Shield. What do you do with Charlotte now? That's the big question. Because if Charlotte's not in the title picture, what do you do with her now? She's lost. She's done. What are you going to have her feud with Dana Brooke? No, she beat the shit out of Dana Brooke a week and a half ago. Polly's for Apple says, I like how it said unsanctioned match with the Snickers logo over it. But that was one of the better matches of the night, to be honest. Like, it was well put together, well executed, well wrestled. They did the whole selling of the knee. Seth did that perfectly. 01ZM is McIntyre next in line for the NXT title. They kind of made it sound like that with the video he did for their YouTube channel, but we don't know yet because we don't know if he's coming into babyface. We don't know if he's coming into heel. KK Punk Cases is the first time I joined the conversation with you, but I subscribed 4 months ago. Well, I appreciate that. We're live almost every Friday, and we're always live after the pay-per-views. So if you ever want to join the live chat again, you know when to find us. We always post on our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter when we're live. So if you guys have notifications turned on one of those social media platforms, you should get a notification. Also, if you hit that bell here, put notifications on YouTube, you also get a notification when we're live or when we post a new video. Bollies for Apple says Triple H doesn't have the best moves. Really tells a good story. Triple H is a great storyteller in the ring. All right, so then we did the Pitbull thing. All right, little concert if you like that. There's nothing really. There's about an hour and a half left in the show. 4 matches to go. We have the WWE Championship match. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. This match is weird. short. And it all was to do. Bray, I guess, had his powers at one time. The lights went off in the arena, and then the mat was a projector for a bunch of worms. Then they wrestled again. Then the lights were down in the arena, and the mat was a projector for a bunch of cockroaches. Then they wrestled again, and then all of a sudden, Randy hit an RKO out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton's your new champion. They did some cool things with effects, special effects, or whatever you want to call it. Excuse me, can't get rid of this damn cough. So, yeah, I don't know. Tamor Khan says, lost your comment. What's next for KO? Hopefully not Sami Zayn. Well, I think right now they're going to keep going with the Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho needs his rematch. So they drag this out to Payback. And then Jericho leaves for however long he's leaving in May. Derek Stormwreck has a bold prediction. He's saying Eric Bischoff, whatever you want to call him. Hey, new GM tomorrow. Calling it. All right, we'll see. I don't know who's going to be that new GM. I really don't know. I know they've talked to Edge about it. Would assume they've talked to Kurt about it. Oh, Lord. KK, Punk, KK. We want Tommy End versus Brock. Oh, Lord. Brock would kill Aleister Black. Blackout says, Rude has the best entrance in WWE, period. Glorious. Oh, Lord. Just think if Matt Hardy was broken and he was in NXT. The funny things he can use that glorious using it. See the promos, and he's like, Bobby Roode, you call yourself glorious. That'd be funny as hell. Anyways. Seeing Batia, Hardy's versus Sanity would be a good idea. I guess. Which two guys from Sanity would you use? Eric Young and who? Robert Cathy, Jim Cornette, New Raw GM. Doubt it. I don't know if they really want Jim Cornette back into the company like that. Blackout says WWE Championship match. Weird and terrible. Exactly. Very weird. I don't know if you call it terrible because both men wrestled a good match. It was just the match they were given wasn't that great. The Dark Joker. Quote. Only thing I have to say, fuck you, Roman. Okay. Raymond Laney. Randy going over was a bad choice. It just didn't make sense at all. Exactly. I don't know why they couldn't keep the title on Bray. Now, if they were going on last, if they were the main event, then okay. Randy gets the title, babyface wins, and WrestleMania. Whatever. Tamor Khan says you could tell Kurt wants to wrestle again, not be GM. Oh, yeah. Kurt wants to wrestle for WWE at least one more time. Signature Kevin, do you think Sister Abigail will be Alexa Bliss? No. I don't think if they... I thought tonight would have been a perfect time to bring Sister Abigail in. I think if they're ever going to do a Sister Abigail, it's got to be somebody new. It can't be somebody we already know because, listen, we know Sister Abigail was killed at one point. She died. We knew she was under that shack that Randy Orton burnt up. Then he drove his crucifix. Don't get me started on that word, crucifix, through her. So she can always be resurrected. We get the resurrection of Sister Abigail. But it can't be anybody we know. No, it can't be anybody that's ever been in WWE. I know all these people will try to say, it can be Victoria. It can be Katie Lee Burchill. No. It's got to be somebody that's you may know from the indies. But it can't be anybody we already know from WWE in the past. Vlog of Awesome says, Undertaker, new GM. Now. Signature Kevin, is Bobby Roode using his glitter robe that he used in TNA? He's got all new robes because they all say glorious on them. JJ says, I always watch your vids, but it's the first time hearing you talk live. Cool. So, do you think this is bound to turn heel? You're talking about Roman bound to turn heel for WrestleMania? I would like to see him turn heel. Why not? I mean, he played a heel in this match. I mean, tomorrow would be the perfect time to turn him heel. Just for Fun Gaming says we shouldn't exactly introduce Sister Abigail during the We should have exactly introduced Sister Abigail during the lead up. Yeah, it would have worked. I think it would have been perfect if lights went out and she appeared just in the middle, kind of like an Undertaker thing. Lights go out and all of a sudden, boom, you're in the middle of the ring. Jose Soto, how would you book WrestleMania 33? Mike Rogers, just exactly what I was thinking. He says Sister Abigail, Jessica Havoc. That's when I said it's got to be somebody, could be somebody from the Indies. It's the first name that popped in my head. It's Jessica Havoc. Exactly. Like, you read my mind, brother. Blackout says Bray real sister can be Sister Abigail. She could if she wants to get into wrestling. I don't know if she does. She's a very pretty girl. Say that. Bray actually did recently say that he wants to maybe do something with his brother, Bo Dallas, and that he feels that his brother Bo is a very, what's the word he used? Underutilized, and there's another word he used, but he's saying that his brother is way better than he's actually given the credit. And we did see that in NXT. When he was NXT champion, Bo Dallas was really good. He had the very first, and I think only, NXT ladder match with Neville. Great match. Oh, Lord. Sister Abigail will be Lita. No. Can't be anybody we know. It just will not work with us knowing that Sister Abigail was once dead and that she's got powers and she's a spirit. No. Like, to be honest, they almost can't bring her in now after all this Randy Orton stuff, but Victor Castillo says, does Sister Abigail have to be a wrestler? Can she be a manager? She can. She doesn't have to wrestle. No. Let's see. Bullet Club vs. Shield. Imagine Bobby and Charlotte, a team. Their entrance. Be pretty cool. Let's see. Santana Garrett could be another name who could be used to play Sister Abigail. I think she may have been signed to Impact. I know she worked their last set of tapings. I don't know if she signed on with the company. She may have. Excuse me. JJ, was Finn seen anywhere in WrestleMania? Or are they reversing him? They're keeping it for tomorrow. Like I've said already a couple times, they want Finn to get that Cesaro pop like they did last year. Ooh. Mike Rogers, talk about the Women's 32 tournament. We don't really know much about it other than it's this summer. There's a lot of names in consideration. I think Shayna Baszler might be one. Mandy Leon might be one. There's a bunch of names that are under consideration. And what they're using it for is to get a bunch of new women for NXT. They've got Peyton Royce. They've got Billie Kay. They've got Nikki Storm. They've got Ember Moon, Asuka. But they want more girls that they feel like already have experience. And so doing this tournament, they can have all these 32 girls, and then the best ones of the tournament they could bring into NXT. Maybe whoever wins or is in the Final Four can go to the main roster. But I know from what I've heard, they want to use this to get more girls for NXT. Robert Cathy says they couldn't use any pre-existing female from WWE to be Sister Abigail. They don't acknowledge Bray and Bo as brothers, so why would they have a person we know be his sister? Exactly. Which WWE pull the trigger on the Four Horsewomen storyline? No. The whole thing is that they're all kayfabe, or not kayfabe, but they're all real life, really close friends. Everybody knows it, but then we do the whole. It's weird. They try to acknowledge it, but not acknowledge it at the same time. So, after that WWE title match debacle, horrible match. I mean, like I said, nothing against Bray and Randy. They did exactly what they had to with the match they were given. But then we had the Universal title match. Bill Goldberg, Brock Lesnar. Amazing promo to start this match off. Like the video package, Paul Heyman's the greatest storyteller alive. I'd sit there and let Paul Heyman tell me a bedtime story. Like, dang. Anyways, so they come out, Goldberg, Brock. JoJo goes to announce Brock. Paul Heyman takes the mic, announces Brock Lesnar like normal. Should we go start up a new heel group? Oh, sorry, I was reading something. The match was pretty much perfect considering how late it was. Brock started with 3 German suplexes, but Goldberg came back with 2 spears in the ring and another through the barricade. Now, hold on, I'll say this in a second. Goldberg used his jackhammer, but Lesnar kicked out. Lesnar then hit 7 more Germans, an F5, and got the win. Now here's what I would have done with this match. I would have had the match start off, not with Brock hitting those Germans, but I would have had the match to start off immediately with a spear and a jackhammer. Goldberg goes for the pin. 1, 2, Brock kicks out, and Goldberg's like, crap. This is the same shit I did last time, but I didn't keep him down this time. And then Brock go crazy. You could still do the Goldberg spear through the barricade, but I think they should have done like Goldberg try to win in 90 seconds again. Minute 20, whatever. And Brock kick out this time. So you think, okay, where are we going with this? But other than like that way of thinking from me, it was a good match from what they were given. Now here's the one criticism. Goldberg, literally, only used 2 moves. Spear, jackhammer. I guess you could say the same about Brock. German, F5. Literally, there was like 4 moves done in the entire match. I don't know the exact time of the match. I didn't time it. I should have. The crowd was definitely, though, pro Lesnar. The match was exactly what you would expect. Like I said, for what the match was and was supposed to be and everything involved, great. Perfectly done. Like, you couldn't have done it. You actually couldn't have done that match any better than they did. Like, what could you have added to Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar to make it better? Nothing. It went exactly how it was supposed to go, and they, both men, without a hitch, pulled it off. Goldberg, from last I heard, has not re-signed a new contract, so Goldberg's probably gone, and Brock's your champ. Plan is for Brock to be champ by WrestleMania 34. Whether he holds the title for a complete year or not is unknown. But the plan is for next year, him to drop that title in the main event of WrestleMania against Roman Reigns. So I would assume Roman wins the Rumble, goes on, faces Brock, and we'll see. 01ZM says, will Brock do more TV and squashes or just dark segment? I don't know. I was really shocked to see that he's on all these or scheduled and advertised for all these shows, and he's only doing dark stuff. But as a champ, I think he'll do more on TV. He's got to. Bullet Club vs. Shield said the match went about 6 minutes. Yeah, that sounds about right. I thought it was about 5 to 7. Like I didn't time it, but based off of looking at my clock and stuff, I thought about 5 to 7. So 6 is probably right. Oh man, Robert Cathy says Goldberg forgot to take his Geritol. Victor Castillo, please, no more Roman. All right, so then we had the SmackDown Live Women's Championship 6-Pack Challenge. Alexa Bliss came out first, and Alexa Bliss had been teasing all week. I've been Freddy Krueger. I've been Harley Quinn. I've got new cosplay. So she comes out first. She gets pyro and everything. Cool. But then you're like, who the fuck is she supposed to be? And like this whole match, me and my wife are sitting there and we're like, who's she supposed to be? Is she the Joker? Is she the Riddler? What is she? And then finally, we realize very small, where you can almost can't read it, on the back of her top, it says Riddle Me Bliss. And then those markings all over her were question marks. So I'm like, oh, okay, she's the Riddler. Because at first I saw green and purple, and I was like, Joker? Riddler. But I wasn't sure, because I was like, are those question marks? And my wife was like, I think they're question marks, but maybe they're 7. I don't know. We couldn't tell because she was moving around so much. She's so small. But her cosplay was the Riddler. the whole vest and everything really threw me off. But so all the women do their entrances, right? Alexa Bliss walks down. She gets about 3/4 of the way down. Next girl comes out, Becky Lynch, looking like a damn Indian. Becky gets about halfway down the ramp, and Mickie James comes down, channeling Wahoo McDaniel with that big old headdress. Another Indian. Carmella comes out, Natty comes out, and then Naomi comes out. Gets her full entrance, like lights go out, the glow. She dances, she slides down the ramp, gets in the ring, jumps over the ropes, does more dancing. So I'm like, really? You're just going to give us the finish? Like, how the hell are you not expecting Naomi to win after being the only girl to get a full entrance? After that, you don't care about the match. You're just like, all right, in 3 minutes, Naomi's your new champ. That's exactly what happened. Fast-paced match. Naomi doing some lucha stretch submission on Alexa Bliss to win the title. Because they were in Orlando, of course, Naomi got the biggest pop, hometown girl. Now you could say, well, most people at WrestleMania probably weren't from Orlando, but whatever. Match was short. It did what it had to do. All the girls got one big move in. I think other than like Carmella. Oh, maybe not all the girls. Carmella and Natty really didn't get much in this match at all. Ellsworth got a little spot. Referee was yelling at him to not. Because I think Becky was in the corner. Ellsworth grabbed her so she couldn't move. Carmella came in. Yes, Carmella came in. Hit a Hurricane Rana kite move. Excuse me. Natty did have the sharpshooter on Naomi at one point. Naomi and Carmella at the same time. So I guess Natty did get a good big move. But let's see. Blackout says Mickie is Native American, though. Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that she's also Native American. Well, Becky coming out. She had that war paint on and that hair. That damn hair. Whew. Raymond Laney says, I don't know if you noticed, but it looked like Mickie got hurt at the end when Naomi went over the top rope. No, I didn't notice that. I did not. It always looks... Okay, Polish Your Apple, Natty's double submission was really fake looking. It always looks fake when she does it. I remember when she did it to Lay Cool before, and it was just like, really? Because it takes her forever to put it on because she's got to grab both girls' legs. Like, whatever. Oh. So then, there's one match left. New Day comes out for their final segment as the host of WrestleMania, and they say, we got a new attendance record here at the Citrus Bowl, 75,245. Now, we know every year at WrestleMania, the number's elevated. First off, that number counts for everybody working the show. Everybody that either paid or didn't pay to be at the show. Got comp seats, got paid seats, whatever. And sometimes they even count that. They even give us the number with the number of tickets sold, not just how many people actually showed up. Like last year, WrestleMania, they're saying 101,000. They still say it this week there was 101,000. But the real number that AT&T Stadium was telling people was actually only like 94, 95. Yes, they did beat the WrestleMania 3 record. That was legit. But 101,000, way, way elevated number. So, all right, before we get on the main event, let's see what you guys are saying here in the seeing Batia. Why were all the women in the SmackDown match screaming? I don't know. I wondered the same thing. Like they do something, rah! Do something, rah! So, Geek Sleep Repeat. What do you think is next for SmackDown women? Thanks for your videos. Alexa tries to get her title back from Naomi, I guess. I don't know exactly. We'll have to wait and see. There's a lot of unknowns coming out of this WrestleMania. But, Yes. Yes, Marcus Ryan just hit it on the head. Becky was the girl from Horizon Zero Dawn. Exactly. She was exactly the girl from Horizon Zero Dawn. I didn't even think of that. But as soon as you say that, boom, 100%. Like, there's no doubt. That's exactly what she was. God, why did I not put two and two together? Huh. Take Flight TV, no SmackDown tag title. Nope. They were, the Usos, your new champs, were in the Battle Royal. And so were all the other tag teams from, well, not all the other tag teams. Breezango was in there in the Battle Royal. Alpha was in the Battle Royal. KK, what is next for Y2J? I think he tries to get his U.S. title back from Owens. They battle till Payback. Owens wins at Payback, keeping the title. And then Jericho goes on to do Fozzy stuff in May. Tamor Khan. Yes, we do have a Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter at PW Unlimited. Excuse me. All right. So, we got our main event. Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. So, Reigns pinned The Undertaker after a spear after Undertaker after a long match. And after Undertaker had kicked out of 3 spears and Reigns did about 1 million Superman punches. There was a lot of chair shots. Undertaker choke slammed him on a table. Got near falls with a power bomb where it looked like... So, Roman was in the corner on top of Undertaker doing the punches, raining him down. 1, 2, I don't know exactly what number they got to. Can't get rid of this cough. Sorry, guys. Anyways, so Undertaker's getting punched, and he finally pulls Roman out of the corner. Looks like he's going to go for the last ride. And as he goes to lift Taker goes to lift Roman up for the last ride. It looks like something happened, and Taker just dropped him. Taker's like, fuck this. I'm not lifting you. You're just going down. And just slammed him. Just finished that powerbomb right there. So it wasn't even a full powerbomb. But so there was that botch. There was another botch, like we said earlier, when Roman tried to go for the reverse tombstone, where you grab him, and so Roman goes to lift Taker up off the mat, and he gets him about not even three quarters way up, halfway up, and he struggles, and he goes back down. So he tries again, and Taker's trying to help, kicking his legs, and he can't get it. So they say, fuck that. So Jim Ross was there to call this match, because it's 99.9999999% sure it's going to be Taker's final match. One of the very last things you hear from the announcers was from Jim Ross. So at the very end, Roman's walking up the ramp, and he's standing there. He raises his arm up. He does the whole, like, the 2-arm thing Roman Reigns does, where he slowly lifts his arms up in the air, and they're still kind of bent, whatever you want to call it, say. Pyro goes off, and one of the last things you hear from the announcers is Jim Ross saying, "The deed to the yard has just changed hands." Now, I don't know if, like I said earlier, it's the stadium not having a roof, but after the match, it did sound like Roman didn't get booed like we thought he would. They booed him when his music first hit until he came out. But then the boos really died down as Roman was walking down the ramp, and they didn't really boo much during the match. They didn't boo at the finish. Like I said, it could be that it's because of the stadium they were in and the sound travels differently and you don't hear everything the same. Like I remember last time they were in this building, WrestleMania 24, Edge had said that, you do your match based off of the crowd. If you hear one reaction from the crowd and it's a good reaction, you keep doing what you're doing. But if you're getting a reaction that you're unsure of, you may want to change things up. You can change something on the fly because of the crowd reaction. But in that building, that stadium, because the sound from the crowd just travels up, and doesn't bounce back down, it's hard to hear the crowd. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe, yes, Anthony Phillips. Could it be that Vince was controlling the audio there? Turned up Roman's music or something on that audio channel. But it really just, we don't know. I want to know from anybody that was there. Were the boos as loud as you would expect, or were they really not that bad? I'll have to talk to some people that I know that were there and see what they say. But in the end, so Roman walks off. He gets his pyro, and then Taker's in the middle of the ring. We get like a big old wide shot of the crowd. And we get back to a shot of the ring, and Taker's got his jacket back on and his hat. Goes to walk out of the ring, and then he says, no. Goes back to the middle of the ring, takes one glove off, puts it down. Takes his other glove off, puts it down. Why he does that, you ask? It's like in boxing. When a boxer finishes their last, it's like a sign of respect thing. They finish their last fight. They know they're retired. They're not going to box anymore. They take their gloves off. They leave them in the middle of the ring. And it's like a goodbye, old friend kind of thing. So Undertaker does that. He takes the jacket off, folds it up, puts it on top of the gloves. Takes the hat off, puts it on top of the gloves, on top of the jacket. And he walks up the ramp. Take Flight TV. I was there. The boos were loud as hell. Gotcha. Okay, good to know. They did control that audio on TV then. Paul Bellatier. And Roman's music was playing much louder than normal, just like he did in Texas. He turned the music up. Yeah, that's what I assumed. I'm like I said, it could have been the building, but it was probably that they controlled that sound. Also, I do want to thank Paul for all the great images, all the great photos he sent us today during WrestleMania, all the stuff he sent us of the stadium as they were doing construction and the videos. If you want to check out Paul and all of his good work, you can go to mavpp.com. He has a pretty good photography and video company that you can get in contact with if you want to get some cool stuff done. But so Taker walks up the ramp, and he goes about halfway, 3/4. No, I didn't say this, but in Taker's entrance, he came up through a trap door in the middle of the ramp. So they're in the middle of the ramp. So he didn't have to walk down the whole thing. So he goes to that same spot when he's leaving, does the one arm up, and he's just standing there. He's just standing there. And he's just standing there. And I'm like, he gonna go down that damn trap door again, isn't he? And as I say that, he starts to lower. Whew. But Paul says, also supposed to leave your shoes in the ring. Too surprised he didn't take his shoes off. Yeah. Take Flight. I want Goldberg back, though. His matches are short but entertaining. Hey, it all depends on if he wants to re-sign. He's got an open-ended contract. And if they want to re-sign him, they can re-sign him. If he wants to stay, he could stay. Vince would not have an issue with that. Anthony Phillips, does anyone actually have some in-stadium audio? It's a good question. Let's see if there's anything posted on. Isaac, are you going to Payback? Maybe. I know I'm going to SmackDown the Tuesday after Payback. I might be going to Payback. Not sure yet, though. Actually waiting on a buddy to tell me if he's going with. Because if he's going to go with, then I'm going to get tickets, all together. If he's not, then I'll probably just get a ticket myself. I don't know yet. Drew, if you're listening, let me know if you're going to Payback. Let's go on Twitter. Let's type in Roman Reigns. Let's click videos and see if anybody's actually posted any from Roman Reigns in his entrance or after the match. Roman's posted a quick Snapchat. Let's see what this is. Hold on one second. Ooh. Hold on. Might have something. Give me one moment, guys. No, WWE posted when the pyro went off at the end of Roman leaving the ring and stuff, but you can't hear the crowd. You hear the pyro. Here's another one. Let's see. There's a lot of short little clips here, but I don't know if any of them. Yeah, these are all that WWE posted, so of course they're going to control those boos. So yeah, there's nothing on Twitter yet. Any like fan videos. Yeah, I don't see anything. Roman pin. Oh, here we go. Is this a video? This is Roman pins the Undertaker. Yes, okay. I might have found something. A fan video from inside the stadium. Let's see. When Roman. Let's see. Yeah, I can't tell from this video either. You guys are right. From this video that I'm seeing here of right after Roman, like when Roman pins the Undertaker, his music hits instantly and it's turned up loud, like they're trying to drown out that crowd. So you guys are saying that his music was turned up louder than normal? Yeah. Blackout. Are you talking about the Snapchat video where he has the towel around his neck? I see it, but I haven't listened to it yet. Let me see what he says. Chris Larius 94 says, I wonder if the Undertaker will finally show up on a podcast. All right, so after WrestleMania, the crowd's still there, I guess. I guess they're leaving. And Roman's standing at the top of the ramp. His back to the ring. And his back to the ring. And he says, he's got a towel around his neck, says, I told you what I was going to do. I'm a man of my word. That's my yard now. Interesting. Okay. Paul Bellatier says he's got a video of Roman's entrance. Awesome. Let's see. Rip Star. John beat Taker's ass years ago. Cena? When? I know they've been... Take Flight TV. Hardy should have went to SmackDown. I get why they want him on Raw. To Vince, Raw's the main show. Doesn't matter that SmackDown's doing better numbers, even in house shows. They're even selling more house show tickets. But, yeah. So that was WrestleMania, guys. Like I said, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It was better than last year. I will say that for sure. Zane Imran says, delete. Let's see. Man, we've been on here for over 2 hours. Love it. I love it, guys. What else do we got? What are you guys saying? Oh, polish your apple. Jeff Hardy looked like Johnny Knoxville as Bad Grandpa. What the? Zane Imran. Vince is the reason Undertaker retired. Vince McMahon likes Roman more. Then Undertaker delete, unsubscribe, WWE Network, YouTube, Vince McMahon. Undertaker wanted to retire after WrestleMania 30. That's why Brock beat him, because Undertaker said he was done. Then they somehow got him back to face Bray at WrestleMania 31. Then they did all the Undertaker, Brock Lesnar stuff, SummerSlam, Hell in a Cell. Then last year, Undertaker faced Shane. Told everybody, as soon as the match was over, he went backstage and was telling people, I'm done. I'm retiring. I don't want to wrestle anymore. I'm beat up. Then back in August, September, he had hip surgery. Not full hip surgery, just a minor hip surgery. And was telling people after the Rumble, that was tough. And he did nothing in that Rumble, really. Apparently, after the Rumble, Taker was beat up. Taker was tore up. So anyways, he was like, you know what? This Mania is my last. I'm not coming back. So, yes, there could always be that chance that Vince goes, please, 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 please. And he comes back next year and maybe faces Cena or something. Because that's the one match that Vince wants. John Cena, The Undertaker. So, Chris Larius 94 would never compare to WrestleMania 17. I think that's one of my favorite of all time is WrestleMania 17. I mean, you had that amazing triple threat hardcore title match with the Big Show, Kane, and Raven. You had Austin and Rock. You had... Oh, what else did you have? Just went blank all of a sudden. Wow. Why did my mind just go blank? That's right. Eddie Guerrero, Test, Kurt Angle, Benoit, China Ivory, Shane Vince, the TLC match, Gimmick Battle Royal, the first Taker Triple H we ever had. Jericho and Regal was a great match for the IC title. The APA and Taz versus Right to Censor. Gotcha. That's right. That was I really liked WrestleMania 17. I mean, my favorite matches, I mean, you could tell because they're the ones I remember the most, were that Kane, Raven, Big Show, Triple Threat Hardcore title match, Austin Rock. I didn't like Austin aligning himself with Vince at the end, turning heel. Austin's even said that's the worst move he ever made in his career was turning heel, aligning himself with Vince, but... Jose Soto says, what do you think the card will look like for WrestleMania 34? And that's really unknown. All we know right now is that Vince wants to do Brock Taker. I mean, not Brock Taker, Brock Roman. Other than that, hold on, guys. Adjust my seat here for a second. Other than Brock Roman, we don't know what else we're going to get. We don't know who's going to be on the main roster, who's going to be in NXT, who's still going to be in WWE, who's going to be hurt. We don't know. Is Cena going to be back? Is Rock going to be there to do something? We don't know. It's a year away. Like I said, all we know is they want to do Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Universal Championship. So, we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, it's a year away till the next WrestleMania. They have a lot of time to build things up. KK Punk KK WrestleMania 2003 is the best. 2003 would have been 19? Yes. That was a really good WrestleMania. It's probably my all-time favorite WrestleMania match, Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle. I think anytime Brock and Kurt are in the ring together, it's magic. It's gold. Okay, I have a theory. You have guys that there's one other guy or one guy that they have their best matches with. Some guys have two of them. But for the most part, you have like Austin Rock. Rock didn't have matches as good as he did with Austin and vice versa with anybody else. You have John Cena and Edge. Some of Cena's greatest matches and Edge's greatest matches came against John Cena. You have, who else is there like this? It's just they face that guy and it's their best ever. I mean, Brett Shawn didn't have better matches than he did with Brett and vice versa. But you have Brock and Kurt Angle. You don't have a better Brock Lesnar match than you do with Kurt Angle. You don't have a better Kurt Angle match than you do with Brock Lesnar. Whether it had been in WWE, New Japan Pro Wrestling, those two together, their styles were just perfect together. So, all right, Noman Gupta. I'm going to check it right now. Go to WWE.com. They already have a Raw preview up. Here's the issue with this, though. You say it says broken. Sometimes WWE.com guys jump the gun and don't always know what they're supposed to do. There's been times when they put stuff in the preview that was incorrect, or they thought things were going one way and it didn't. But let me check it out. Oh, nice. Let's go to shows. I don't know why I'm just scrolling the homepage. Let's go to where's Raw? Third Showdown. Takeover. I don't want Takeover. Let's see. All right, cool. Thanks, Paul. Raw. What else are you guys saying? Solid main event. KK Punk says solid main event. Chris Lariso, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Yes, that's another one. Like I said, some people have two. Shawn has Brett and Triple H as some of his like. Yes, Chris. Michael Cole did say they were broken rather quickly. He said it really quick at one point. But I don't know if he just said it or if he wasn't supposed to say it, because they didn't say it at all again. And like I said earlier, in the stuff they did for WWE's YouTube, Matt's talking normal. And the only time Matt did the delete stuff is because the fans started saying delete. So he just did he only did 2 or 3 delete swipes, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so on WWE.com, it says Hardy Homecoming. Oh, it says, listen to this one, guys. It says, delightful, exquisite, wonderful. The return of Matt and Jeff Hardy at WrestleMania was all that much more. All that and much more. Sorry. Especially when they ended the reign of Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson to become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Now, after procuring Team Red's tandem titles, the Hardys come home to WWE's flagship show, where they join a division that features no shortage of top-shelf tandem competition. The only question is, whom among these teams will dare challenge them? So it doesn't say anything about broken, but it's got all of Matt's other catchphrases: delightful, exquisite, wonderful, and procure. That's interesting. Yes, Slim Biscuit was out there to do Undertaker's theme for WrestleMania 19. No, I did not see the stage caught fire. Interesting. Yes, KK Punk KK said Matt on YouTube said that the fans did start the delete chant. Correct, Matt. I don't know if they just weren't supposed to do it or what the whole thing was. That's why Matt just did it really, really, really briefly. Let's see. Oh, dang, I do see. Okay, there's a couple of videos on Twitter. The stage did catch fire. I see it now. When was that? Was that after Taker's exit? Interesting. I didn't know about this. Literally, show ended, set everything for live stream, and I've been here with you guys. Was that... Hold on. So when was this that it caught fire? Because everything's purple, so I would assume it was after The Undertaker left. Yeah, okay. 01ZM says the fire was during Taker's exit. Gotcha. Anthony Phillips, they can't use the broken gimmick since they don't have the rights, but they think they do. Impact thinks they do. So I don't know what's going on with that. Matt tried to file for trademark on the broken gimmick. TNA or Impact says that they own the rights. It's a very interesting and unknown thing to people not closely involved with it. Excuse me. Interesting. Let's see. Hold on one second. I'm going to try something really fast, guys. See if I can get this video to play for you here in the live stream. Show you what they're talking about with this stage fire. Let me log into Twitter. Roman Reigns fan, because I'm singing that, putting there that Green Light song, ready to go, go, go. All right. Why is this not wanting to go? All right, let's see. WrestleMania Fire. All right, I'm going to pull up. Oh, dang. All right. I'm going to pull this up for you guys. Let's go. This is new for me. I haven't done this before. Capture. Screen's going to go black for a second. Hold on, guys. All right, I did the wrong thing. Hold on. Okay, you should see it now. There's this image here where it shows big old puff of smoke, but if we click videos here on Twitter, you see right there, stage did catch on fire. Interesting. See, there's more videos. There's this one. Stage on fire. So this is during Taker's exit. Wow. Huh. I wonder exactly what... I don't know. Interesting, though. Yeah. Crazy. Damn, caught that stage on fire, but... So... Let's see. Come back over here. Oh, man. Yes, Victor, using that OBS. Blackout says, but they are much better with the broken gimmick. Oh, crap. Chris Larius 94. They should give us Sting versus the Undertaker, at least for the fans. Well, Undertaker's now retired. Sting's retired, so it's not going to happen. But all right, let's see. Blackout says the second time that pyro accident happened in Orlando. All right, I don't know what's happening. It's telling me I'm having some buffering issues. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right. Give me 1 second. All right. 01ZM. Do you think the Hardys will outsell New Day or Reigns in merch? Maybe at first. I think at first they could. It's a very good possibility. I don't know what merch if they even have any ready for the Hardys, because they don't, are they going to be Broken Hardys? Are they going to be just the Hardys? But I think at first, once they do get their first t-shirt, it's going to sell out quick. I think that's a no-brainer. But, all right. But, hey, we're going to have to wait and see. Raw's going to be very interesting tomorrow as far as who comes up from NXT, surprise returns. Maybe they've signed somebody that didn't go to NXT and is coming straight to the main roster that we don't know about. A lot's going to come out tonight, probably, tomorrow morning, leading up to Raw tomorrow. So we're just going to have to wait and see exactly what happens with Raw. SmackDown, I just really hope that they push SmackDown as hard as they push Raw tomorrow. And with that, I think we're done. I think that's going to do it for this live stream, this post-WrestleMania recap and review. I had fun with you guys here. 2.5 hours. Amazing. Again, the show closed with Roman Reigns defeating The Undertaker, and then The Undertaker essentially retiring. So Chris says, I hope the shirts don't come already broken. O1ZM says, I hope SmackDown after Mania gets some surprises like Raw. I think if they're going to do what I've heard, Nakamura maybe on SmackDown and Revival maybe on SmackDown, Balor's probably going to be on Raw tomorrow. I would be more surprised if he is not on Raw than if he is. I think they want that big pop like they got last year with Cesaro. But, all right, guys. It's going to do it for this live stream. Again, if you guys want to make sure you keep up with Pro Wrestling Unlimited, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you ever have any questions, feel free to message me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I always check my messages, and I try to respond. I do respond to 99% of them. Sometimes I get some wacky messages. I don't even know what they are, so whatever. But if they're legit fan questions and whatever, and you just have a question about something going on, I will respond to you as quick as I can. Again, you can get to me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, if you want, you can email me, prowunlimited@gmail.com. But again, thank you guys for being here with us for 2.5 hours in the live stream. I'm going to say good night, and that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll have plenty of videos and news coming out of WrestleMania. Anything I know, I'll let you guys know. But it's going to do it. Have a good night, guys.